Hello YouTube, welcome to the dojo. You're here, Samurai Man, and today we have the Transformers Robots in the Skies current series, the Steeljaw figure, and he's got a nice little alt mode. I like this little off-road ATV design they got going here. You can see he's got his robot mode tail. Looks pretty nice. I think that's like a nice little added piece at the back. His rear wheels are bigger. He's a little more lifted at the back, so I could see him doing some like dirt racing or whatever, you know, kind of type thing. Deco's pretty simple, just black for the windows, just painted black tinted windows. He's got his Decepticon logo right there. You can use that for the app game. He's got some orange bits painted here in the front. It's just all black for that as well. He's also got a Decepticon logo that's teeny tiny right there. It's like just as small as the Transformers Prime Rumbles logo, very small also. And this one's scratched out actually. I don't know if that means anything, but he's got some like claw marks on it. I don't know if that's significant, but there's that. He's got some red here. I think this is mostly for robot mode, but he does have some red right there. And that's pretty much it for the paint scheme for this. Technically, he's got silver up here, but that's his accessory. I mean, if you take it off, then it's just more blue. But like I said, this is just his accessory that you can store right up here. So that's nice. I do think it adds a bit to it, so I think that looks good there. But here it is. It rolls okay. It's not the greatest rolling vehicle mode ever, but I still think it's cool. I like the window designs, how they're just kind of like really sharp and there's angles to them. Same with the front. It's just kind of like, I do like the sharp angles on this. Makes it a little fierce. He does have a back spoiler. I don't know what I think that's just a spoiler or a fin. I don't know. Something like that, what you want to call it. But yeah, you can see this is just pretty basic. Nothing you can really discern at the bottom there. I do like that. I do like how we got like some shocks here. If you look at that, it kind of looks like there's springs, like shocks, like he's, like I said, an off-road vehicle. So I think that looks cool. But let's go ahead and transform this guy. As nice as it looks in its vehicle mode, let's see what it looks like in robot mode. So transformer, we'll start by splitting open the front here, getting all these bits out, and splitting open the side view mirrors, getting all that bits out as well. And we'll unfold the front grille and bumper and everything. Unfold that and then rotate it around. So now we have the feet. Unfold it all and then bring it around. There you go, feet. And then we'll split open. You can already see the arms here, but split this apart, bring it down. Rotate this tail downward, get it out of the way. And what we're going to do here is rotate this whole back section like this, bring it inward. That'll reveal the head up here. And then bring up the arms. Get this junk out of the way, bring it all in. And what you want to do is just clip the arm here together. I really like how this fills it in and makes the chest a little bigger. That's cool. Bring down the hinges at the shoulders and do that. And then what we're going to do is take this back panel, so we just have that behind his head. You can actually fold it all the way down. And there you go. So that way it's out of the way. And we'll extend out the arms, which is a bit difficult, but you can do it. There you go. Fold down this flap, doesn't tab. Just sits, kind of sucks, but whatever. And I believe we're done. We are done. Now it's just managing a pose for him, because it is hard to get him to stand, because his feet are really awkward. They are the front bumper of the car, which I don't like, just because if you have him stand, if he slides or anything, I'm worried about paint coming off, because I could definitely see that. So I'd say be careful with that. But what most people do, including myself, is he has a very nicely articulated tail that you can use as a, bam, kickstand. Only thing that sucks is these tires really look like they should fold more or do something. They don't. They're one chunk that just sits there. But yeah, that's that. So here he is in his robot mode. So again, he's just pretty much standard blue. There's really nothing crazy going on with this paint scheme. And like I said, he can be a little difficult to stand, so you do really need to use that tail there. You can bring in his nice little weapon accessory. It's like a Wolverine claw type weapon. It really can only go on one hand just because of the way the handle is made. You can see it's really like that. And you just bring up his hand, put it in, and that does not look bad. That's a pretty cool looking claw he's got going on. So I think that's a cool weapon accessory, something nice to have. He is the new Decepticon Leader for this show, so that's, you know, interesting that we have this guy, Steeljaw. It's different. They don't usually stray off of Megatron being the leader. Every now and then they might have something like Starscream or Galvatron or something like that, but this is pretty unique that we've got like a totally different leader. All the new Decepticons, as you can see, based off of Steeljaw, are now animals that are vehicles and robots. Basically, they just have, you know, standard robot mode, vehicle mode, but the robot mode has some animalistic features to him. You can see he's obviously got the claws, he's got the tail, he's got the way his legs are formed. They don't exactly, you know, straight. They're more like werewolf legs where they bend at the knee and all that. His face obviously is a dead giveaway. We'll zoom in on the face in a sec, you can see. So yeah, there is that. They are all very animalistic in design. I know there's a crab designed one that looks like, I believe, a steer, or like a deer, I guess. Let's see. I think a squid or an octopus. I could be wrong. I think there's one like that. And that's all I can remember at the moment. But like I said, they're all going to be animal-based. So that's cool. I like that. I think that's cool and unique. But let's take a look at that face. You can see Steeljaw has a very grisly and fierce-looking wolf face. Not as accurate as I think it should be for the show. But I think this toy, at least the first full lineup of Wave 1, I think they came out before the show's designs were complete. So I think that's why some of them may not look as 100% accurate as they could be. Like this guy definitely feels like he's not 100% accurate. His face just seems kind of bland. It seems kind of like a generic wolf face. But hopefully down the line we'll get a newer version of him, just because this one's very lacking in a lot of aspects. Transformation's pretty basic, just like the rest of them. It is a little unique, but the face as well as the articulation is very missing and lacking. So if they could really update that, that'd be great. So as for his articulation, like I said, it's pretty basic. His shoulders can go up and down, but that's just due to the transformation. They can rotate to an extent. There is a little piece of plastic that extends out that does hinder it, so you can only go up that far and that far back for the shoulder. So that's unfortunate. The elbows, not the elbows, but the arms do rotate at the shoulder. There is no elbow bend at all. He has nothing at the elbows, nothing at the wrist. That's it. That's very unfortunate. He does have universal ball joints at the hip, and then he has a rotation at the thigh, so that's nice. He does have a bend at the knee, but that's part of transformation, but it is very useful, so that's cool too. I think the biggest thing to note is he has a really nice articulated tail. That's really cool. He's got a hinge at the base, and then he's got one ball joint at the second, I guess, joint, and then he's got a third at the tip of the tail. So that's something, but it's very lacking as far as articulation goes, and that's unfortunate. Plus, a lot of the leg articulation goes to the tail just because he can't stand on his own. Yeah, you can already see he's having trouble falling, and that's just due to the design of the bottom of the feet. There he goes. So for comparison, you can see him here next to Bumblebee, and they look aesthetically pleasing together. I think that works out great. I think Bumblebee just looks a little cleaner just because Steeljaw's transformation is really weird, and it just doesn't come together quite so well. Plus, there's a lot of lack of articulation, so you can't really do much with them, so that's unfortunate. But we'll see how things go down the line with the rest of the figures. I'm a little worried. This first wave was really simple and kind of boring on the figures, so I'm really hoping they step up their game and they really just don't downgrade the toys. It really seems like they're trying to simplify the series for little kids, and we have rescue bots for that. We don't need them to be super simple. If people are complaining that these toys are too complicated for their kids, then get them rescue bots. That's what I have to say for that. Don't make these super cheap and boring like they seem to be going with. Prime was great. Prime had a lot of unique toys and paint jobs and transformations. This series, I'm really worried about. This first wave has got me on the fence, so we'll see. Well, at least we have Generations to keep up the cool collectorness of them. So transforming back, we'll start by removing the accessory. Get that out of there. And then we'll just flip up the feet just to get it going. And then we'll unfold up the hands and push them back in. It's really hard to do, kind of, especially at the angle I'm doing that. Just slide it back up. There you go. Like I said, keep them unfolded. Bring out the arms like this. Bring out the whole body like that. Fold down this panel. I want to have it all like that. And then we're going to bring this body back around. Oops. Or let's see. I feel like I'm doing something off. Oh, there you go. You want it like this. Yeah. You want it like this, and then bring this down. Hey, there we go. And then bring this around. So that way this all collapses into there. There we go. So you want to have it like that. So bring it down, and then bring this back up. And then slide this all in. It doesn't really tab together all that well, but you work with what you got. So we'll bring back the tail, and then lastly, fold back up the feet. Like I said, once you get the feet involved, this is when things get annoying. You want to get this bar around there. See how that came in like that? You want to get that around. And then same with this side. Fold it back up. Because then these panels like to flop around. I really wish they were a little more stable. And then bring that like that. So there we go. And then we have it done. Ta-da! And there we go, back into vehicle mode. So there you have it, guys. Back into his vehicle mode. Steeljaw is a nice little figure. It's not the best. It's very boring as far as transformation and other aspects go. It's very childish. I can definitely see this being like a very downgraded figure. Like I said, I'm hoping the first wave is just because it's the first wave of the series and they just weren't sure how to make them yet. I'm hoping down the line with Sideswipe and some of the newer Decepticons and all those guys, they'll be a little more upgraded, a little more fun to transform and not so simple. I mean, even the boxes are really boring. The instructions of how to transform are on the back of the box, so that tells you something. When it's like that, that means that they're super simple and there's like 6-7 steps each. So, like I said, Bumblebee was pretty cool. I just think this guy, as well as Strong Arm. Strong Arm is the worst of the worst. Strong Arm is the most boring figure ever. It's unfortunate, but we'll go over that in that review. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and follow me at Twitter as well as Tumblr at Mcation and Instagram at Mechasbyheart. We'll find out my purchases, what's coming out, who's making what, updates, just fun little sets I make, anything like that and more. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and until next time.